So you're thinking about moving to Destin, Florida, and you want to know everything there is to know about Destin. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 things plus one bonus of things you absolutely need to do before you move here to Destin, Florida. Let's get into it. What's going on? It's Andrew with the Emerald Group, and if you want to find out everything there is to know about Destin, Florida, you've come to the right place. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that little bell so that you'll be notified every single time we do a new video. Honestly, we're getting a ton of calls, texts, and emails of people wanting to move right here to the beautiful Emerald Coast. If that sounds like you, go ahead and reach out to us however you want. Call, text, email, carrier, pigeon, smoke signal, I don't care. All of my contact information is down below. We'd love to help when the time is right. So we came up with the top 5 things you absolutely must do before moving down here to Destin, Florida. First and foremost, well, give us a call. If you're thinking about purchasing out here, if purchasing is even in your future whatsoever, go ahead and give us a call. All of our contact information is down below. We'll set up what's called a buyer's consultation for you. So even if you're not ready to purchase right then, or maybe you're not even going to purchase, we can at least give you the information. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes. You'll sit down with either myself or one of my other great agents here, and they can kind of walk you through what purchasing a home down here in Destin, Florida looks like, or a condo or a townhome, you know, whatever suits, whatever you're looking for. And don't worry, we do have on-site locations here in the area, so if you happen to be coming to visit before you move down here, or you're already here and you're starting to look, we've got options there to do that buyer's consultation, or of course, if not, we can do it over Zoom. It's non-invasive, doesn't take too much, and it just gives you a great forum to be able to ask as many questions about the area as you want. And in the buyer's consult, there are 2 main things that we're going to be kind of digging into and talking about. First and foremost, and most importantly, is what you're looking for if you were to purchase, or if you are purchasing and you've already got your mind made up. What exactly would it look like? Would it be a single family home, 1,600 square feet with granite countertops? Is it going to be the condo with the beachfront, or that whole beach view of the Gulf of Mexico? What's it going to look like? And we really like to narrow that down. The second thing, and probably most importantly, is we go over the process. So in the event that you do purchase out here, that you know everything that goes on so that there's no bad surprises. And keep in mind that only takes anywhere from about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how many questions you guys have. And we can set that up at any time. So don't hesitate to reach out. The second thing is setting up the right home search for you. If you are going to be picking up and moving down here, you need to make sure that you're seeing absolutely everything. So we've got lots of different options for on-market, off-market properties and things like that. You want to make sure that you're receiving everything so that you've got a strong agent on your back whenever you're ready to move forward. Now, I know what the default is, right? The default is I'll just go on Zillow and get all of my information from there. Problem is you're not getting all the information. Zillow only syndicates what the agents want it to syndicate, and most agents are going to put it on Zillow, but there's also going to be a lag time. So whenever it does syndicate through the system, it can take anywhere from 24 to 72 hours just to post on there. And if you are watching the housing market in this area, you're noticing that the houses are going before 3 days are up and they're already off the market. So there's a huge chunk of things you might not be seeing, which might not be the worst thing if you're still like 6 months out, 8 months out, 10 months out, 12 months out, something like that. But if you're a little bit closer on timeline, or if you're one of those people that like, hey, when the right one comes up, we've got to be ready to go. We need to make sure that you're seeing everything and before everybody else is. And so whenever you're ready to actually go see property in person with your agent, it's real quick and smooth. You go on there, you've got them all favorited, you've already kind of liked them, you already know what you're going through. We pick 3 to 5 and we run out there and go see them. And the third most important thing you need to do before moving here to Destin, Florida is figure out exactly where in the city that you want to live. Whether it's in Destin or one of the surrounding cities, you definitely want to know exactly where you want to live, the kind of atmosphere and things like that. If after talking and chatting about it and kind of doing some Zoom calls and things like that, that we can't quite narrow down exactly where you need to be, then maybe on the first night you come into town, we hop in one of our cars, kind of show you around. This way you get a better feel for exactly where you might be moving. The number 4 thing that you need to do before moving here to Destin, Florida is hook up with a lender. That is, of course, if you're purchasing property to live in while you're out here, right? Get in with a local lender. They're gonna know the areas, they're gonna know the prices, they're gonna know, particularly if you're buying condos, which ones are warranted, which ones aren't warranted. They're gonna have a ton of information that the big brands might not have. Of course, if you are moving down here and spending just cash without a lender, well then obviously you can go ahead and skip this step. And of course, if you need any help whatsoever picking a local lender. As I mentioned before, just go ahead and give us a call. We can definitely help there. We've got a lot of different lenders that we work with here that have done a phenomenal job for us, so we can definitely pass that along to you. And just a little side plug for my lender friends, keep in mind if you guys are shopping online, just to kind of get a good idea of things, that those interest rates that you see from these big lenders are typically teaser rates, and they involve a lot of buy downs, which means a ton of money out of pocket. So take those take them with a grain of salt. And the number 5 thing that you need to do before moving here to Destin, Florida, of course, if you are purchasing, is, well, you want to let us handle everything. So we're going to take everything from the moment we find the right condo or the right house all the way to closing. We'll kind of have your hand held the entire way. So whether it's inspections and permits and just anything else that needs to get done in that process, don't worry, we will take care of all of that for you. We'll give you suggestions. You can always call out on your own for insurance and home inspectors and things like that. But we will always give you the options of people that we use regularly here in the industry. Oh, and for the bonus tip that I mentioned before, if you have a house to sell wherever you're moving from to move down here, and you don't plan on going back, you plan on selling that property, just let us know. If you're dreading that, like, oh, I gotta find a realtor, none of them are as cool as that Andrew guy on YouTube, right? If you don't want to mess with any of that, again, just give us a call. We've got an entire network. We'll call, we'll interview them, make sure that your personalities kind of match, make sure that you guys are going to get along pretty well. They're going to do you right. They're going to sell your property for the most amount of money in the least amount of time with the least amount of hassle. So if you need help with any of that, again, just call us. We absolutely love it. We don't mind. And well, that's it for this week's video. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, go ahead and hit that like button, and we'll see you next week.